Hi, this is Joanna from the Wise Slavic Man channel. This is another vlog. This time I wanted to show you our forest in Poland, pine forest, sosnowy las. And I wanted to talk a little about the Slavic faith. This is the faith that existed before the Christianity. But here is the forest first. It's quite calm. It's springtime, so not very green and not smelling too much, meaning this kind of pine forest has a strong, it smells nice in summer. But now it's, I think it's still a little sleepy and maybe not awake yet. So let's talk about Slavic faith. So I will start with that. Somebody asked me recently. Somebody asked me recently on my new channel, Wise Slavic Mom, what do I believe in? What is Polish religion? What is our culture? So I tried to explain, and then maybe I will put this my answer under this film so that you can read this exactly, because I do not have the words in front of me now to read for you. But I explained, and I believe it has to be explained, that in Poland we've got two traditions. There is the Christian tradition that shouldn't be denied. I'm not saying it should be denied, like some Slavic faith people. So there is a Christian tradition that has over 2,000 years now. Maybe, well, let's say overall tradition, the overall, this tradition has got 2,000, is 2,000 years old, but in Poland it's, let's say 1,000 years. It's been for 1,000 years now in Poland, and that's because of that we are a part of this Christian culture of Europe, Western culture, we can say. Okay, but that's not it. And if some people just say that, okay, I'm only Catholic, I'm only Christian, they shouldn't be saying that, because we've got another tradition, much longer, that is called pagan. But this tradition, the Slavic faith tradition, is the old tradition that has got, I don't know, maybe 10,000 years. It is 10,000 years old, I guess. I will be reading another article, much more detailed, of Mr. Białczyński, where all this is explained, so I hope it will be clear for you when you listen to this. But for now, just shortly, this tradition from before the Christian era, the pagan tradition, this is the Slavic faith. This is the Slavic faith that is more philosophical. It has more in common with Buddhism, Hinduism, or Zen Buddhism. So all ideas which are more philosophical, and all ideas that say that there is one natural law and that there is one God, and there is one God that that inside himself there is yin and yang. So that this is the yin and yang tradition, that inside the God, the highest God, is the light and the darkness, the good and the evil. Everything is inside this God. Everything created this first God, and everything is inside this first true faith. And there is no division, meaning the light comes after darkness, and the darkness comes after light. It's like in a circle, and it's you can say that it's one, but one is not exactly the same as the other. Evil is not the same as good, but at the same time, good is not good in the subjective sense. Good is can be, I mean, it's more abstract altogether. It's just a cycle, the creation cycle and destruction cycle. It's just like the cycle of year, the cycle of seasons. You've got the seasons which are destructive seasons, where everything dies out, and you've got the seasons where everything is starting, springing, and giving birth and growing. So this was the faith of Slavic people, and it was the first ever faith, the oldest faith in the whole world, and everything came from that. So this is the oldest tradition, and we've got the tradition. Of course, it was denied by Poles, and not really by Poles. It was denied by Anglo-Saxons and German people, Deutsch, I would rather say. And it was destroyed, and the books were destroyed. At first there were no books, but then there were some writings. There it was also distorted, like this faith went to Iran, for example, the previous Iran, with Zarathustra, and Zarathustra changed it. In fact, Zarathustra divided creation cycle from the destruction cycle, good from evil, like good from evil, right? So, and he said there is no yin and yang together, it has to be separated. He created the division, the Manichaeism, looking like that this is separate from that. And Christianity came from that idea, basically. The idea that God can be only good and bad is the devil, right? So, but that came from Zarathustra first. Anyway, so we in Poland, we are kind of mentally divided because we've got this double tradition, but we have to remember that the Slavic tradition is much, much older than the Christian tradition. And we have to remember that the Christian tradition and the Zarathustrian tradition and even all others are just, they are just later traditions. So they are, in a way, distorted. But it cannot be denied. We cannot deny the culture. It should be better like this, but my hand will be falling. So we cannot deny that Christian tradition is a huge tradition. It gave a lot of culture, books, writings, art. So it's very dear to a Polish heart, Polish people's heart. And we do not want to deny. We had such people, such intelligent and good people like Szymborska, the people who got the Nobel Prize in literature, for example, like Szymborska or Miłosz. And before we had such writers as Mickiewicz or Kochanowski, and they were all saying, we've got two traditions in Poland. In Poland, in the old Poland, it was Lechina Empire, Lechia, or whatever you want to say, Sarmatian tradition. Sarmatian tradition is not Iranian. They took part in it, but that's not theirs. So we have to say that we've got two traditions. But the main tradition, Polish, Slavic tradition, is the philosophical one. The one that says there is water and fire, there is light and darkness, and everything is yin-yang. It's together. From God comes creation and destruction. And there is one highest God, creator. And then there are all other gods, because there were many gods. In Slavic tradition, Slavic faith, all other gods are just glimpses of this divinity, the highest divinity. Meaning there are, in fact, we could say that they are powers, natural powers. There is God for thunder, there is God for rain, gods for springtime, winter time, and so on. So it's just those gods, they are just glimpses, they are ideas of natural beauty or nature, simply. So that's it about Polish faith, in short. That's what I can say. That's how I can explain it to you. And now, take care. Bye-bye.